Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and as you probably guessed it from the title, I'm going to be talking about the European warehouse which GFuel have very quietly announced slash almost confirmed that they're going to be opening. They announced this months and months ago. I want to say this was way back at the beginning of the year slash end of last year, and I've been meaning to make this video for a long time since they announced it, confirmed, whatever. It's been very requested on my Twitch stream because I talk about it all the time on the Twitch stream. So if you want to talk about the warehouse, follow me on Twitch, the link's in the description. But yeah, I talk about this all the time because obviously I'm in Europe, and like everyone else in Europe, I have to pay through the nose for GFuel to be shipped over here and also US taxes. So we're going to be discussing some of that in this video. We're going to be discussing where the warehouse is going to be, potentially when they're going to open the warehouse, and other things on what we're going to be able to buy. Are we going to get US only flavors? Are we going to get cans finally? While I talk about this, it is fairly late in the day for me to be having a GFuel, but I need to stay up late tonight, so I'm having a Wampa fruit. I've not had a Wampa fruit in a while. If you haven't watched my ranking video, this placed fairly high. I think it was in the top 20 somewhere. Oh man, that's good. This is one of the flavors where I need to mix it with more water. I like my GFuel strong, but Wampa fruit is such a strong flavor, I have to water it down a little bit. So a little bit of a kind of, not a backstory because there isn't really one, but recently with the buy one get one free orders and even just orders in general, I have found that GFuel kind of struggle sometimes to get the orders out to Europe and maybe the rest of the world. I can't really say for the rest of the world. They kind of struggle to get them out in a quick fashion. I say that the last buy one get one free that they had on the 23rd of July I ordered, that looks like it's going to be coming in the next couple of days, so they've actually managed to get this one out to me a lot quicker. But the last buy one get one free, it took me like a month to get my order, and the one before that it took a little while, and that's because GFuel as a company are growing exponentially. They keep hitting these targets. They're in the top growing, I think it's 500 businesses in the US every year. GFuel are growing at a massive rate, but realistically with their logistics, they have, as far as I know, the same warehouse in New York, and all the orders are coming from that warehouse. So more people buying GFuel over the last couple of years, they're in the same warehouse which can only hold a certain amount of stock. Something has to give, and in my opinion what's given recently is the delivery times, the fulfillment times, the order times. I hear some people say that it takes GFuel forever to get to them. It just depends on where you are, and in my opinion, while I'm absolutely over the moon that GFuel as a company are growing because I love the brand, I love the products, if they don't expand in terms of either warehouse size or staff or anything like that, the order times, the fulfillment times are only going to get worse. To the warehouse, the first news that we got of this was on the GFuel. They used to do Sunday sub streams. They haven't done them in a while. I used to be in them all the time. I missed them. They're actually pretty good. But someone asked in that stream, one of the Sunday streams, are we ever getting, I think it was basically just a direct question, are we ever getting a European warehouse? And I can't remember if it was Cliff, but someone replied saying that GFuel were going to be opening a European warehouse, and it was meant to be this year. That was decided last year, and obviously because of COVID, the world's kind of turned upside down. Obviously that's going to be put on hold. It's going to be delayed slightly. So if COVID hadn't happened last year, we would have been getting a European warehouse at some point this year. We're just over halfway through the year and there's been no announcement. I'm going to talk about when I think the warehouse is going to open. It was meant to open this year. COVID has kind of put a stop to that. We also have to really look at the realistic possibility that because of COVID, this thing might be put on hold indefinitely. You know, they might just say, look, until COVID's done, let's just shelf this idea for now, which would break my heart because there's nothing more frustrating than when a new flavor comes out. Like for example, the most recent one that I just bought was the KSI flavor. Before that I bought Hive Nectar. So when these flavors come out, all I want is to get them quickly so that I can do the review and get the review up on the channel. When I'm having to wait, it can be around about 10 days for the flavor to arrive. It's kind of disheartening. I have to accept that that's the case. GFuel is an American company, their warehouse is in America, and I'm in Europe. There's nothing I can do about that. So the fact that they're even talking about a European warehouse is, for me, really exciting. I'm gonna talk in this video about details about the warehouse that I'll be honest, it's kind of spitballing. I'm spitballing ideas. None of this is confirmed. The only thing that's confirmed is that they were gonna be opening a warehouse this year, but COVID has delayed it. The other fact, actually, now that I think about it, is that it's going to be in Belgium. That's my first point about this warehouse. The warehouse is going to be in Belgium. I know that it's extremely common for outside Europe countries such as the US, Australia, South America, things like that. They have their warehouses in Belgium. I don't know why. There might be something to do with tax laws, maybe, I don't know. But for some reason, a lot of these companies that I've ordered from, where they come from the US or Canada or things like that, the warehouse is in Belgium. So that's the two facts that we know. I said one, but there is two. The fact that the warehouse is in Belgium and it was meant to open this year, but COVID has delayed it. The next big thing that we really want to know is, I mean, nobody really cares where the warehouse is. As long as it's in Europe, it doesn't matter. The next thing is the date. Now, if it was meant to be opening this year, my guess would have been that it'd be around about now. In the summer. Just a guess. I don't think they would open it at the beginning of the year. I think that's too soon. And I think that maybe the end of this year would have been too late. You know, if they'd announced, when they announced it last year, or when it was kind of confirmed last year. I think that the end of this year probably would have been too late. So my guess would be sometime around the summer. The fact that it's delayed, the fact that vaccines are now rolling out and the world's kind of reopening again, my complete guess is that the warehouse might potentially open this time next year, which, when you think about it, that's a year, that's a long time. But logistics wise, I don't run a business. I have no idea how far along they were with the warehouse. That's the other thing. We have no idea how far along this process they were. You know, we don't know if they'd confirmed a building or what, but we just have to assume that they were at X point, you know, in the process of opening the warehouse. My random guess is I would hope that it'll be open maybe this time next year. The next thing that I want to talk about is, what are we actually going to be able to buy from this European warehouse? Now, I don't think they're going to have a completely separate website for the European warehouse. I think it's going to be a case of, like right now you can choose your currency on the GFuel website. I think you're going to be able to choose your location so that it defaults to a certain warehouse. I'm going to get onto this in a minute because we don't know how they're going to organize it, but there's a couple of concerns and you know, worries that I have. But for example, if they were to duplicate, the best case scenario that we have is if they duplicate what we can buy from the US into Europe. Now, obviously that would mean that we'd be able to buy tubs. I don't mean specific tubs, US only, that's contracts with video game companies and things, but I mean tubs, crystals, cans, merch, so there's apparel, t-shirts, hats, backpacks, all of that. Oh, the sparkling water, I think that, I mean, the first instance of those are with Star Wars. I think that's a contract, which means that it's US only. But for, let's just say, for example, that they make more flavors, we could potentially be able to buy them. That's the best case scenario, that they take all of the products that they have now, duplicate into the European warehouse, and we can buy all of it. Realistically, I am concerned. The fact that we can't buy cans from the American website, the American warehouse, and ship them to Europe makes me think that there's a reason that Europe won't let GFuel sell their cans. Now, we know that some countries in Europe, like Iceland, the Scandinavian countries, for some reason have extremely strict laws. Like, for example, GFuel's banned in Iceland. You can't buy it. Now, because of the contents of GFuel, in some countries they come under pharmaceutical products. And the laws and rules and regulations on pharmaceutical products, obviously, because if it's a drug, like if it's a medicine, they need to be so strict, and GFuel falls under certain categories. And I think that's the reason that it's banned in Iceland, is that it's considered a pharmaceutical product, or it falls under pharmaceutical law, and basically you can't sell it. What you can do is buy it in America to get shipped to America and then ship it to Iceland. There's workarounds, but you can't physically buy GFuel while living in Iceland from the GFuel website and ship it to your address. You can't do it. I think that might be the reason with the cans. Before I made this video, before I started recording, I was looking for, you know, reasons from the European food authorities on why a GFuel can which has 300 milligrams wouldn't be able to be sold in Europe, and I couldn't find anything. Because realistically, I think we have drinks. I'll speak for the UK. We have drinks in the UK which have 300 milligrams in them. So why can't I order, something that's bugged me for a long time is, why can't I order cans from America and ship them to the UK? Yes, the shipping would be extortionate because the box is going to be so heavy. But the fact that I can't do it in the first place makes me think that there's maybe something going on in the background with European laws that GFuel can't work around. I don't know. So with regards to what we're going to be able to buy from the European warehouse, I have a feeling, and this might just be me being pessimistic, I think we're only going to be able to buy the very basic items that they have. So they're older products, so tubs of powder, crystals, and apparel. I don't think we're going to be able to buy cans. I would love for me to be wrong, because there's nothing more than I want right now than to be able to try a can of PewDiePie. The hype sauce can looks amazing. They keep releasing new cans in, and we're kind of sitting back over here in Europe like, cool. You know, it's like that meme, I'll put it up if I can find it, the girl at her window, touching the window pane. That's us in Europe with the cans. The next point I want to talk about is when a new tub comes out. So for example, let's use the juice, my favorite flavor. Okay, so XQC's Canadian. I think he lives in America though. Regardless, he's in North America. When that tub comes out, when it gets announced, what is gonna happen with stock getting to the European warehouse? Are they gonna release it in America, then send stock to the European warehouse, then buy it, which means that people in Europe who bought it when it came out in America have to wait forever for it to get to Europe to then ship to them? Timing wise, it's not going to make a difference than if they just bought it straight from America. Or are they going to do the line where, you know, before it gets released, they have their stock in America, they send stock to Europe, release the flavor, and everyone orders it at the same time? That's the most realistic route, in my opinion. The next one, which I can't see happening, GFuel will have a specific manufacturer of the powder, and unless that manufacturer could somehow set up in Europe for GFuel, make the powder in Europe, ship it to the European warehouse, and then do that, I can't see that happening. I think what's going to happen is it's going to get made in America, they're going to order maybe double the amount of product, send it to Europe, they release the flavor on the website, and everyone buys it. I think that's what's going to happen. But we have to really be kind of analytical here. We need a little bit of pessimism in the fact that they could potentially release a flavor in the US, and yeah, we can still buy it in the UK and in Europe, but if you want it to come from the European warehouse, which has potentially, you know, shorter delivery times, we might have to wait some time. I hope not, but it's a possibility. And then the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is the price, because the price is, for me, the price is the biggest thing. Yes, I said that I want the GFuel to arrive quicker, but the biggest thing that I think might change is the price of the tub. Currently, a tub is around about, I want to say £25, $35, which I think is around about £25. If the tub, this is something that I had to kind of really get my head around. If the tub comes from America, it's made in America, GFuel pay their supplier for the powder, they have to pay to then ship it to the European warehouse. That costs money. I can't see them then letting us buy the tub for the same price that we normally would. Maybe they will. Maybe, you know, it's gonna be in euros, so there's gonna be some kind of currency exchange happening anyway, as it does just now with dollars. But I can't see how GFuel would be able to get all the tubs, all the products from America to Europe and then let us buy the tubs for the same price. I'd love to be wrong, but realistically, unless they have something going on in the background that, you know, I haven't thought of, because I've thought long and hard about every kind of detail in this video, I think that the tubs are going to increase very slightly from what we're used to, just to buy the tub. Doesn't matter about delivery and tax, but just to buy the tub. Now let's look at it. When you use a 30% off code, or when they do buy one get one free, the price comes down so much that I don't think we're going to notice it. Yeah, you'll see it on the website, you'll see the different price on the screen, but when you order, I mean, when I do a buy one get one free, I order about 6, 7, 8 tubs in one go. I don't think that if maybe, you know, 50 pence or whatever that works out in euros, I think it's very similar. It might be, is it 50 cent? What's half of a euro? Is it a cent? Doesn't matter. Half of a euro. I don't think we're going to notice the difference too much. And if we get lucky, the delivery will be cheaper than it is from America, because it's traveling less distance. And in terms of the tax, if you're in a European country and the warehouse is in Belgium, lucky days, you're probably not going to have to pay any tax because it's going within Europe. If you are like me and you're in the UK, we are probably out of luck, and I think I've heard about people who have ordered stuff from a European country to come to the UK, and they've had to pay a fairly heavy import tax because of Brexit. So politics are now getting involved with us being able to buy GFuel. The last point, I realise I'm kind of talking a lot. I want this to be a concise video, but I don't know how long this video is going to end up being. The last point I want to make is the biggest, absolutely 100% the biggest complaint slash concern slash comment that I get in my videos is, Jordan, why don't you buy from, is it Line Pro Gaming in the UK? You can get your orders so much faster. Yes, that's absolutely true. You can get them quicker. That particular website, I think, is around about £10 dearer to buy a tub. I could be wrong. I went to the website once and I remember the price was the biggest turnoff for me not ordering from that website. But the argument that you can get it from them quicker is 100% valid. And if GFuel do go ahead and open this European warehouse, if they haven't shelved the idea completely, I've ordered things from Belgium before. Like I said, some of the companies that I've ordered from, if they're a European company and they have their warehouse in Belgium, or if they're an international company, they have a warehouse in Belgium. I've ordered stuff from Belgium before, and the quickest, I think, it was a bunch of t-shirts. The quickest I got it, I want to say, was 5 days. Now, let's compare that to GFuel in a minute. So, I ordered something on GFuel. I ordered it on a Friday night, and I'm going to have a look at when it actually shipped, because this is going to be the biggest game changer, is how long it takes between you ordering GFuel and them actually shipping it to you. So I ordered on the 23rd of July and I got the shipment email on the 26th. That's 3 days. Now, fair enough, the 23rd was a Friday, 24th, 25th, Saturday, Sunday. I got the email on Monday. We're gonna cut out the weekend there. So let's say I order one day, they shipped it the next day, but they actually, the order didn't leave New York, which is where their warehouse is, until the 28th. So order confirmed 23rd, order fulfilled on the 26th, so that was the Friday, then the Monday. The shipment information was received on the 27th and it was processed for delivery on the 28th. That's a long time. That's 3 working days. Whereas if this is in Europe, it's gonna half the amount of work that one warehouse is doing. If you have all these people buying GFuel right now, it's being processed by one warehouse. If you double the amount of warehouses, it would be not unreasonable to think that it could get sent out twice as fast. So we could maybe order something on day 1, it gets shipped out on day 2, and from Belgium to where I am in the UK, maybe, I don't know, 3-4 days delivery. So you're looking at the whole process maybe taking about 5 working days. Right now, for me to get GFuel, you're looking at about 10. 10's usually, what I'll say is 10's the average. I'm about to get an order which is gonna, I think I'm looking at my calendar, it'll have taken about 7 working days. I'm guessing when it's gonna arrive, by the way. It'll have taken about 7 working days to get here. The average for GFuel to arrive is, I would say, just under 10 working days, so it's potentially going to half the delivery time. For me, my biggest argument to not buy from these third-party sellers is that the GFuel rewards program is, in my opinion, it's worth it. 5,000 XP, you get a year's supply of GFuel, which is 12 tubs, and I am currently, I want to say, about 3,500 XP, 3,500 XP, so I'm very close to being able to get the year's supply. You can't do that if you buy from a third party. You also, from a third party, are very limited on the flavors that you can buy. If a new flavor comes out on day 1 at GFuel, you buy it day 1. I have no clue how long it takes these third party sellers to actually receive stock of that tub to then buy it. And then when you buy it, you're paying more. Yes, you're getting it quicker, but you're still getting it later than everyone else if it's a new tub. There's arguments, you know, I talk about this all the time in comments. People comment saying, you know, you should buy from them, you get it quicker, and I reply saying, yeah, it's more expensive, but if I want to get a new tub, I'm actually going to be waiting longer than if I bought it from GFuel themselves. So that is it. I have rambled a lot. That's the information that we have about the warehouse that's confirmed, Belgium, and it was meant to be opening this year. The rest is me kind of spitballing from what I can pull from various sources, things that I can kind of find out online about prices and tax and things like that. But I just want to end the video by saying that I am praying that they open a European warehouse. It's gonna take so much of the pressure off of the team in the US, and if they can sell the same products that they have in the US in Europe, so tubs, cans, hydration, all of the stuff, it's gonna make so many more people, so many of the European and further afield, so many of those customers happy, and it's gonna bring a hell of a lot of people towards GFuel because they can buy it and get it quickly. So that is it for the video. Let me know your thoughts. If you've been in my Twitch stream, you've heard me talking about this loads. If this is the first time you're hearing about it, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. Join my Twitch stream, we always talk about it. Join my Discord if you want to win some free GFuel. I do giveaways every now and again. I give away tubs, I give away starter packs. Like the video if you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel as I'm doing as many GFuel reviews as I can. These discussion videos are a little bit more infrequent, but I do really enjoy doing them. But thank you for watching, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next video.